And look, I'm an action taker, right? So once I realized I have mindset issues, I was willing and able to take a look inside. Do I have mindset issues? Wow, that's an interesting idea. Let me take a look at that. Let me uncork that. And once I uncorked it and I looked inside, you know what I found, you guys? Okay, Pat. I realized I'm just like my dad. My dad was the CEO of a drug company. He has more money than he's ever going to be able to spend in his lifetime. He's 88. He's at the end of his life. But God forbid he won't go and spend money on care for himself because he's afraid of not having enough to hand over to his kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's never going to spend it all. So once I realized, and it drives me crazy when I watch him doing that, and I thought, wow, I don't want to do that. So I shifted my mindset. So I'm going to speed up. I shifted my mindset. I said to my husband, I'm just going to tell you one story, which you guys are going to appreciate. So my husband's a physician. We used to drive a Tesla years ago. We got hit on the 9094 and it cracked the Tesla in half. We drove away. We were perfectly fine. And he said to me, I'm just going to go and buy another Tesla. And I said, oh, no, we need another car. And he said, well, Rhea, I'd like to have it. And I said, do you really think that's prudent? We had just started our business and we were moving back downtown. It's a long story. And I said no to the Tesla because I thought it was too expensive. And so for 7 years, every year he would come to me, I'm going to go buy my new car this year. We had more than enough money to go and buy the car. And I would say no. And I made us drive our crappy 2008 Audi straight through until 2023. And he came to me again and said, I would like to go and buy myself. Rhea, I'm a physician. I've worked for 33 years as a physician. Can I please just go buy my Tesla? And you know what I did? I said, yes, go get it today. That was like literally that notion that there was never going to be enough money. An incorrect assumption that I had been operating under that I had to let go of. And a crazy thing, once I let go of that and I got more comfortable moving around in a much larger way, crazy things happened to me. What happened was larger deals landed in my lap and I was able to say, yes, oh no, let's take a look at that. What do you mean? I don't know. Take a look at that. I mean, you have 500,000, you have 500, go do a deal, Rhea. But I was like, oh, I can't let go of that money.
Mm-hmm.
The scarcity.
Mm-hmm. Something that you now recognize that you got from your father. And that's, our stories that we tell ourselves often come from our families and our upbringing, right? And, somebody that has had the same money story like you, lack and scarcity, and you got to hang on to it. You got to save it. Don't you dare spend it. Don't even think about investing because that's just really, really risky. And so that narrative and identifying that you have a money story and that you can shift from a lack and scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. And when you do, it completely changes not only how you see the world, but then how the world gives back to you, right? Which is amazing.
Even if you had told me, Matt, if you had said to me, trust me, Rhea, this is what will happen to you, I would have said, oh, I don't believe that. Right? I mean, some things. Look, I've learned over the last year and a half that I don't have all the answers, and it's okay for me to say, well, I don't know, but I'm going to just take the step and see what happens. Because the world of commercial brokerage, tenant representation, which is what I do, it's very aggressive, right? It's very, we hunt, we kill, right? You don't necessarily trust what other people say. And, with the community of people that I have around me now, to listen very carefully and say, there's someone I trust. They're telling me that this is what they did and this is the result that they had. And there must be something to that. Instead of going, he doesn't know what she's talking about, I'm not going to listen to that. Instead, I go, maybe there's something to that. And a little more sort of trust in what other people that I respect are doing. And then actually taking the action, the step, whatever it is. Here's what happened. I don't know, I see the correlation between these two things, but here's what happened. So when I started lending on real estate deals, I was doing small deals, like 65,000, 75,000. Like I have a lot of money I can lend. And I was like doing these small deals because I was like super worried. Like, what if something goes sideways? And I did have a deal go sideways. I got wiped out $75,000 on one deal. But as I got more comfortable swinging around a little bit more, I started doing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger deals because I recognize this is like a basket of stocks, right? You're going to diversify. I started actually saying yes and then figuring out the back end, right? We bought the hotel. We'll figure out how to raise the money afterward. Right? We bring in the right people, 400,000 down, and we're raised $2.3 million. Money's gone hard. We better be able to raise 2.3. Well, now instead I'm saying, of course we're going to raise 2.3. It shouldn't be a problem. Now, part of me is sitting there going, I don't know. I've never raised $2.3 million. Can I do it? The other part of me is saying, of course you can. There's other people that have done it, and you're just going to take the action and it'll help you. What's happened though is that all of these things have come together. Like I did a $500,000 EMD deal where we made $150,000 in less than 60 days. Now, if my lending deal that had gone sideways had scared me too much and, oh gosh, scarcity, you just lost 75. Well, I just made 150. Like that's one deal, right? And so instead of being paralyzed by that loss, right? Again, scarcity, trust me, I was not happy. It was keeping me up at night when I knew I was going to completely get wiped out as a junior lender. And then once I made a decision, let go, move on, it didn't keep me up at night anymore. I continued to lend. I continued to look at deals, recognizing that some of the deals are going to go bad. And what's happened is I'm really comfortable now in all of these areas, right? The other last crazy thing to tell you, and I don't know if this was, serendipity, whatever. But we had been looking at raising capital for our couple of years. And then we stopped raising because the capital environment had changed a little bit. And when I changed my mindset and sort of put this sort of position of abundance, this capital partner came back to us that had come to us a year previous and said, are we ready for a discussion? And I said, yes. And what happened was we were able to strike a deal with them that was a deal that is not what we are worth today, but it's really what we're going to be worth in 2 years. And so we were able to extract a future value from that capital partner that would not have happened if I had been in this mindset of like, no, in the right place, right? No, we don't want to talk about it right now. So I've conditioned myself now, you guys. What I say is yes, and maybe we should think about this rather than no, I need to look at that, right? Yes. And we also think about X, Y, and Z. Yes. I say yes to things. I still think about them, but I say yes to things more than I say no. No is my automatic, no, I don't have time. That's not going to be for me. I have too many things going on. I don't want to put that much money out at any one time because, it hasn't come back yet. All of my money is deployed. I have money coming back today. I was like, we need to send this money right back out. It cannot come back in because it's not working for me.
That's right. That's right.
Well, it's so much easier and